Hi, teacher. And today I want to talk about the most effective piece of advice I've ever received. What is the 2-minute rule? Well, the main problem that is solved by this rule is text paralysis and daily procrastination. We all know how overwhelming it feels when small daily chores and assignments start piling up. What usually happens is that simple tasks are constantly delayed because they seem insignificant at the moment. However, when these small activities are ignored, huge amounts of unnecessary stress are created later on. So what exactly has to be done to implement this tip? Well, the rule itself is extremely straightforward. If a task takes less than 2 minutes to complete, it's be done immediately. For example, answering a short email, washing a single dish, or organizing your desk should be put off until later. It has to be tackled right away. There are a few key steps that ought to be remembered when applying this habit. Well, first is when a new text appears, its duration needs to be estimated quickly. Well, second, in if it can be finished in under 2 minutes, no further planning is required. It should just be executed on the spot. Finally, if the task requires more time, it has to be scheduled or broken down into smaller attainable steps. And what should be highlighted here is that you don't need to overthink the process. Action is prioritized over perfection. In terms of effectiveness, this strategy is an absolute game changer. It works remarkably well because momentum is generated almost instantly. Before I learned to technique, small obligations used to be forgotten or constantly postponed. Now, by following this simple rule of thumb, mental clarity is restored and my daily focus is significantly improved. And it is highly recommended strategy because it prevents mental fatigue. What is most appreciated about this role is that large, daunting projects no longer feel so intimidating once all the mirror distractions are clear out of the way. To wrap up, if you struggle with keeping up with daily tasks, this deep advice ought to be taken into consideration. It is a simple habit, but once it is integrated into your daily routine, remarkable results can be achieved. Thank you for listening.